having me. My name's Chloe and I am autistic, so if I don't look up from my phone, it's just because I'm trying to avoid your scary face. I mean, your eyes. So I'm starting with my submission that brought me here, and then I have a few shorter pieces. I will give the name for each of them, and honestly they're a dead giveaway as to what they're about. So this is The Strange Truth. There's a strange truth I carry in my bones, a truth that shouldn't work but does. Like a broken watch that still ticks or a cracked glass that holds the weight of water. What is it, this truth, the one that whispers loud when I least expect it, that shouts when the world tells me to be quiet? The truth is, we are told we don't belong, told to stay in our boxes, that the world doesn't bend for us. But look, the world bends, and we shape it with every breath we take, every voice that breaks through the silence. I am the strange truth, a body that wasn't supposed to fit, but here I am, defying expectation. A wheel turning where it was told it wouldn't roll, a spark igniting where they said it would never catch. I carry the weight of history, of labels thrown like stones, and still I stay. Still I find peace in the noise and power in the chaos, because maybe, just maybe, the world can be designed to work for us too, even if it's in ways they never thought possible. What shouldn't work but does, what around us is subversive, what's unexpected but somehow keeps us going. The strange truth of living in a world that wasn't made for us, where the systems weren't designed with us in mind, but we find a way to make them work anyway. We keep moving forward, we keep showing up, we make space, even when it's not given. It's strange, isn't it? We've been told that life should be one way, that we should fit neatly into systems that make sense to everyone else, that we should walk, think, live in ways that are easy for the world to understand. And yet, here we are, learning to live in a world that was never built for us. We make it work, not because the world made room for us, but because we know we deserve to be here. I know what it feels like to not belong, to be in a space that wasn't made for you, to struggle with the weight of inaccessibility, to be told that your needs are too much, your presence too loud, and your difference too visible. But we don't stop, we create new spaces, we carve out new paths, and somehow, against all odds, we keep moving forward. The world does need to change, it needs to become accessible, inclusive, and built for all of us, and we are the ones who will make that happen every day. The strange truth is this: we are not broken, we are not the ones who need fixing. The problem is the systems, the structures, the expectations that weren't made for us, but we will keep fighting to change them, because we belong here, not because the world made a better place for us, but because we're making one ourselves. The next one is the healthcare system. The healthcare system is failing, fading and wading. It's clinging on for dear life. Maybe that's why the healthcare system made me my own doctor. They ask me what I think, what I want, what I need them to do, but my mind falters. I am not a doctor. I don't know what I need or even what's wrong with me. I don't know what medicines there are or what they do. I don't know which hospital departments or community services I should turn to. Yet you expect me to tell you? But you are my doctor. Here I am, being my own doctor. You recommend websites for research, you say I need extra support, but that support isn't here. I have to try a new department, another hospital, another doctor, and the cycle begins again. I repeat everything I told you to a new doctor. They shrug. I don't think we're the right place for you, but try this department. I am sick of the healthcare system forcing me to be my own doctor, making me learn the system inside and out. I shouldn't have to memorize all the different departments, medicines, medical devices. I should be able to rely on you, my doctor. This next one is very relevant, and I think some people might relate to it as well. It's called anxiety. I feel my palms sweat, my legs shake, my arms won't stay still, my heart rate bounces, my vision elongates, my throat closing shut. My head starts to spin, the voices feel like they're both fading away. I'm becoming the loudest thing around. I don't feel like me anymore. Everything is spinning, my head feels heavy. My chest tightens with each breath as if the air too thick to move through. My thoughts scatter like dust in the wind, every word I try to grasp slipping away. The noise inside my head is deafening, yet it's all so quiet. A storm raging beneath the surface while I sit frozen in its eye. I try to find my footing, but the ground feels like it's shifting. My body feels distant, like I'm watching someone else fall apart. I reach for something solid, anything to anchor me, but everything I touch slips through my fingers. I don't know where I end and the chaos begins. I don't recognize the person in the mirror, but the weight of it all presses down, and I can't seem to escape the gravity of my mind. I am both lost and found, trapped between what is real and what isn't, and I'm drowning in the space between. But I've learned to carry it like a shadow, to hold it close like a secret, a constant companion in my chest. Some days the breath comes easier, and others I wonder if the storm will drown me whole. Still I stand, one shaky step at a time, waiting for the day when the storm inside me finally quiets. This next one's called Hypochondriac. Are you really a hypochondriac? Or were you just invalidated, told your pain wasn't real until it became so loud you learned to silence it yourself? Were your symptoms dismissed as something to outgrow, a dramatic plea for attention, when all you needed was to be seen and treated as more than just a story of overreaction? You learned to doubt your own body, to second guess every ache and sigh, until you convinced yourself the pain didn't matter as much as the fear of being wrong. Now, when you're truly unwell and your body speaks a language you can't ignore, you shrink away from asking for help, too afraid to be told you're overthinking again. Even as your body reaches its limit, you wonder, am I still a hypochondriac? Or have I really become so accustomed to disbelief that even when I'm truly sick, I cannot trust what my body tells me anymore? And in this silence, you wait for someone else to validate what you've already known for far too long. You've been incredibly unwell all along. So a slight change of pace, less about health stuff. This one's called activism. There's a fire that burns inside me, but no one's taught me how to hold the flame. I see the injustice, the cracks in the world, and I want to fix it. But no one showed me where to begin. My heart races with the weight of knowing what needs to be done, but my hands tremble, afraid to make the first move. The fear of getting it wrong, of speaking too loud or too soft, of being too late or too early, it keeps me bound in place, the fire growing colder in the silence. I read the words, I hear the calls to act, but they sound so distant, so unreachable, like voices on the other side of a door I'm too afraid to open. The fear of stepping into the unknown, where nothing is clear and everything at risk, makes my chest tight and my thoughts scatter. And I wonder, is my voice even needed? Is there room for me in this fight? But one small step, one moment of courage, the kind I never knew I had, and suddenly the fire warms my hands. It feels like I've finally found my footing, and with each small action the world shifts ever so slightly, and the weight on my chest lightens. What I didn't know was that first step, the one I feared most, wasn't about knowing what to do, but about doing something, anything, even if it's imperfect or even if it's small. And now I stand in the light of the flame, not as a single spark, but as part of a collective fire, burning brighter than I ever imagined. No longer afraid to step up, no longer paralyzed by the unknown. This is what it feels like to claim your place in the world's revolution. This one's a politician and a mum, and something you should know is I am a mum. So I think sometimes in politics people forget who you are, and I don't mean the big I am, but the I am me and she and they and her and them. and not just politics. I'm a mum, I'm an advocate, I'm a sensual being, an artist, a writer, an idealist. I'm the scraped knees, the midnight talks, the one who holds it all together when the world falls apart. I'm not just policies or a polished front, I'm the messy, real heart behind the fight. So remember, I'm more than a title, more than a face, more than a role. I'm all the parts they don't see, the ones that don't fit, the ones that don't conform. I'm here as my whole self, not just what they want to see, but everything I am. I'm the late night lullabies, the steady hand, the voice that says keep going when no one understands. I'm the quiet strength, the loud laugh, the fierce belief, a mix of softness and fire, of hope and of grief. I carry their stories as I carry my own, with the weight of the world that's both broken and grown. I stand here whole against the labels they throw, not just a leader, but a person they'll never fully know. So if you see me, see all of me, mess and grace, the mother, the fighter, the flaws and the faith. I am here as I am, and that's all I can be. A politician, a mum, and unapologetically me. Realism versus idealism. I get told I'm an idealist because I want a happier world, a more inclusive world, a safer world. Because I want more equity in the world, I am an idealist. But you call yourself a realist when all you say is, I don't have the energy, I'm only one person, or I stopped watching the news. But that's not being realistic, that's denial. So who really is the idealist and the realist? Because I know my ideals can be real, and I know what's real is not ideal. You say change is too far away, but isn't that what we're told about everything until we finally get there? Until someone dares to dream it into being? Isn't it the idealists who move mountains even when they're told they can't? I believe in the power of action, in the small steps that build to giant strides. I believe in a world we're yet to see, but I know it's possible if we try. So call me an idealist, but don't mistake my vision for fantasy. I'm grounded in the truth that nothing is impossible. If we have the courage to reach it, the collective can make it real. Realism says it's just too hard, where idealism says we're not done yet. It's not about denying what is, but striving for what could be. Male rage. Rage is universally unacceptable in society, with one exception, hate. But not if you hate that hate, or hate something institutionally or systematically wrong, because, let's face it, they profit from their rage while our very needs are denied. Hate is nurtured, taught and bred, told it's a power, a weapon, a thread, but only if it's pointed in the right direction. Fueled by lies and hidden in protection. Hate against the other, the broken, the poor. Hate against the ones who dare ask for more. Hate that's told it's justified, made to feel like the truth and never denied. It starts as hate, but it grows into rage, a fire stoked by those who thrive on a stage. They fan the flames of male aggression, praise it as power, call it confession. His anger is strength, his fury of force, a weapon they wield without remorse. Because rage like that keeps the world in line, economic gain for the few to define. But when the rage is ours, it's a threat to their reign, something they fear and something they can't tame. They tell us to simmer down, to swallow it, to silence our voices, to smother our screams, to be grateful for scraps and thankful for dreams that they dangle just close enough to seem real. Because a world without rage is one we can steal. They glorify the ones who obey, who bow, made idols of wives who never ask how, who fold their dreams like laundry, neatly pressed, preaching their virtue, their silence, their blessed, as if their choice is the only right path, while our anger, they call it a disgraceful wrath. But look at how they welcome the rage of men, sanction it, structure it, paint it as power. His temper's fierce, but he's a leader. But for us, it's control yourself, lower your voice. As if our anger is just a choice, something petty, hormonal, hysterical and weak, not worthy of the platform, not worthy to speak. They stoke the fires of our frustration, yet shun the sparks of true indignation. Our screams are smothered, our voices stifled, while they weaponize their hate, clean and recycled. To keep us divided, too scared to unite, afraid of our anger, afraid of our might. But if we could scream, if we could shout, we could burn it down. We could burn down all that doubt. Perhaps they'd see what they fear is not our rage, but our vision clear. That our fury isn't madness, it's a mirror, reflecting the world they make less fair. And we won't be silent, not here, not for them, not here. Rage isn't the enemy, it's the spark they fear. And for the last one, it's called Settle the Fight. Settle it in a boxing ring with rules and gloves and a referee. Settle it in a courtroom with justice on the line and words as a weapon. Settle it in the open where all can see and all can hear, where truth is spoken and silence is not a shield. But don't settle it behind school grounds or in a dark alley. You're not settling anything. You're letting your ego inflate, turning hurt into harm and rage to regret. Real strength isn't found in fists or threats. It's in the courage to walk away, to choose peace over pride and wisdom over violence. It's in the pause before the punch, the calm before the storm, and the power to rise above. So don't let your anger control you. Don't let fear define you. Stand tall in the face of it all and settle it with dignity, where the only thing you're proving is your ability to rise, to grow, and to learn. Real victory isn't in winning the fight, it's in choosing not to fight at all.